What's happening? I'm Whit, and I enjoy collecting budget watches just like you. And I've been waiting for somebody to do a video of this, and nobody had yet, so here I am. This is the Seestern S445 Chronograph. Rip it. Double wrapped for your protection. Of course, that's the parent company, and as a matter of fact, that's where I bought this watch. The all too familiar nice hard case. And in case nobody ever told you, Seestern is German for starfish. Of course, they had a lot of divers when they first came on the scene. Man, I've been waiting for this. I hope it's a good one. Oh, it's just plastic. Oh, yes. Very vivid. There we go. Now, while it is vivid, I gotta say it's actually a little more muted in person than I thought it would be. It's just a touch more matte. It had a really strong pop of blue and white contrast, which it does here, but it's just not quite as vivid as I thought it was going to be. Not in a disappointing way. This looks really good. So this is a mechanical column wheel chronograph. It's got the Seagull ST19 manual wind inside, the 1901. And obviously this is a watch that takes its design from a couple of different watches, but both in the FXD category, both the diver and the chronograph, and kind of mashes them up and creates a new watch. You know, the hands are similar, the indices, the bezel, the fixed lugs. So in a way, I kind of think they're combining the best of both of those watches into one. So let's get this one running. I'll show you the movement in a little while here, but obviously this is a hand wind movement, not an automatic. So this mechanical requires you to give it some juice each day. And then now we see here the small seconds running at the 9 o'clock spot. And this 3 o'clock will be a 30-minute register for your chronograph. And of course, the large hand there is the chronograph seconds. Real quick, before I forget, there's actually an extra strap in here. So this is blue and this looks to be black, both with that red tip stitching. Warranty card and instruction manual. Well, let me move these hands out of the way a little bit so we can see more of the dials. And let's just take a look around. So this is 316L stainless steel. One of the main differences between the original watches, not being titanium or carbon. And it's a little smaller. I'll get the exact measurements here in just a bit, but definitely not 42 or 43 millimeters. And I think it's got a lesser water resistance rating. But here's the mid case opposite the crown. And crown side, you've got a signed crown. It's push-pull, as you may have seen me manipulate it. Pushers are freestanding as well. 50 meters of water resistance. And on the dial, we've got Seestern and chronograph. I gotta say, as you look at that chronograph script close up, that's not the best font to use. But from a distance, it didn't look like that to me. It just looked like a basic, all caps font. So not bad from a distance, but boy, when you get close, it's like, really? You wanted to use that font? Okay. Then down below, you've got hand winding in handwritten. So, I could give or take that. I mean, I guess it's better to have something there than a blank spot on the dial, since there's no date complication here or any other script that would be useful. So, all right, it doesn't bug me, but it's not the best choice. There's a flat sapphire crystal, and the backside's got exhibition case back as well. Let's see what's going on with that. I'll confirm the front first, I guess. Yep. Oh, look at that movement. So cool. I've been wanting one of these ST19s. Okay, so the back is just mineral glass. That's kind of surprising. It seems like more and more we're getting sapphire on each side whenever there's a exhibition case back. But it doesn't matter because we still got a great view of this movement. So this is the Seagull ST1901. Obviously, there are a few different variations of ST19. There's 01, 02, 03, etc. There are at least 8 variations of this ST19. So for somebody like me who's not as familiar with the movement, you kind of need a cheat sheet to figure out which one's which. Of course, the base movement is modeled after the Swiss Venus 175. These have 21 joules, I believe, beats at 21,600 vibrations per hour, maybe about a 42-hour power reserve. I think some people report getting higher than that. It depends on whether you're using the chronograph a lot or not, etc. And a stated accuracy of about -10 to +40 seconds per day. And throwing this on the time grapher just right out of the box, fully wound, one pass through, one position dial up, and in time mode only. You're seeing a rate of -2 seconds per day, and swinging for the fences, 338 degrees. No beat air. Not sure if I've got this lift angle right, but I believe it to be 52 degrees. And while I've got the strap off, let's look at the fixed lug system. I was wondering if this was a one-piece or if it was, you know, basically welded in, for lack of a better term. And it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, I guess those lines there, I'm seeing that maybe it's got to be two different pieces. I don't know if it was just cut in. Hard to say, but regardless, I mean, I think it's going to be secure. It doesn't look like that's going anywhere. So pretty neat design. Of course, this limits you to only using pass-through straps. So that could be, you know, a deal or no deal with this watch. You got to love to wear those kinds of straps. And speaking of which, it seems pretty nice. You've got a just single pass. There's stitching here for reinforced. The buckle looks to be pretty beefy. And you've got Velcro or hook and loop for securing. So nice sporty take on the single pass. Okay, one more thing to run through is the bezel. So this is a countdown bezel. That's kind of what I like about this watch too, is they went into full-on time mode. You know, you've got the chronograph on the dial, and then you've got a countdown bezel here. So the big question is it bi-directional? Because they don't say anything about this bezel on the website. So, oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 24 click bezel. Ah, why'd you do that? And now the moment of truth. Yay, okay, bi-directional at least. But 24 clicks? Ah, and there's no noise to it. It is dead solid. It's just silent. It feels chunky. You can't bump this very easily. I mean, that's definitely wherever you set it, it's going to stay there. I don't think that's getting bumped at all. Great knurling on that bezel, coin edge, so you can grab it pretty easily. It looks like it sticks away from the case just a touch. So yeah, easy to manipulate, but I don't know why they went with a 24 click. All right, that's weird. Well, let me show you this dial close up now, and then still to come, I'm going to give you the full measurements. I'll show it to you on my wrist, and we'll get a loom shot as well. So these are 3D indices. See if I can get you a side angle. You can see how they pop up off of the dial. And it's with BGW9 Luminescence. Again, that loom shot coming in just a bit. And it looks like the handset is going to be quite doused with that loom. I'm curious if the subdials will be loomed or not. They kind of look like they have the same white appearance, but I don't know. Maybe not. And I'm trying not to look at the chronograph script. That you just don't need to see that up close. It looks much better further away. Let's measure up. 40 millimeters in diameter, 48.6 millimeters lug to lug length, 20 millimeter width on your lugs, and 13.2 millimeters in thickness from crystal to crystal. And it weighs 91 grams on the supplied strap. Time to try it on, but today I'm wearing the Roadland Big Pilot Homage. This is probably the most unique pilot watch on AliExpress. It's got this turbine small seconds. Isn't that cool? If you missed that video, I've got a link for you right there. Okay, I like that strap. I do have to say though, I've got an 8-inch wrist, and again, this is a 40 millimeter watch. The strap is barely long enough for me. So if I wanted it to be bigger, I'd be into this Velcro section here. Then it wouldn't be long enough to loop. So if you've got an 8-inch wrist, I mean, look how much Velcro bite I'm getting. Just a smidge. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use this strap, which is too bad because it seems like it's a pretty comfortable strap. And I like the no hardware look. I mean, everything is on the bottom, well, at least for my size wrist right now, everything is on the bottom. I mean, I guess you can slide it and move it where you want to. But I like that look, and it doesn't sit up high. Again, it's just got a single pass down below here. But yeah, that's a great strap. I like it. But this is probably just a little tighter than I want it. And like I said, I barely got a grip on it here. So, man, it's a beauty though, huh? Loom shot, yes. The subdials are definitely loomed. And look, the whole thing. I'm filming in the daytime here, the rare occasion, so harder to get you this lume shot. I don't have a blackout situation in this room, but look at that. Nice BGW9 luminescence, and you can see the chronograph sweeping seconds has a lume on its tip, and then we've got the subdials there, both covered as well. Love that they did that. Very cool. Nice glow. So how can you get these? I'll leave a link down below to the store that I bought mine on, and these list for $249 US. They don't have any deals going on these at the moment. If they add it to AliExpress, I'll make sure I'll leave a link down below for that as well. But as of right now, there's only a few places where you can get them. Basically, all Seestern or Seagull. I've never had to pronounce that name until now. I should note too that there is a 12-month warranty, but here's the cool thing. It says that they have service centers in 8 different countries. So there is a couple of spots in USA, Canada, and the UK. So it says that you can take it for warranty or repair. So nice to know that you could actually send this back without paying more than you paid for the watch. Man, give me your thoughts on this hodgepodge watch. I mean, it's got a couple of different things going on here, but when I saw it, it just worked for me. I just love the contrast of that stark white on the blue bezel, and man, I just fell in love with it. And like I said, hadn't seen any videos, so figured I'd put one out there. What do you think? Leave me your comments down below. And I'd love to have you hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and take a moment to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you in the next one. I'm Whit, with so many watches, so little time, and money.